Welcome back to the Picklr Utah Open. We are here in the beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. We're back to women's singles here, the quarterfinals. We have the number 2 seed, Brascia versus Zoe Wong here on Humana Championship Court. And like we said, welcome back. Brascia took some time off, had a great win against Angie Walker earlier this morning, and looking to continue her run because the number 1 seed, Leah Jansen, is now kicked out. Welcome in Cameron Blackwood alongside pro and veteran Rob Cassidy.
Point.
Zoe Wong having that strong running
1-0.
Just last weekend, doing big things in Bristol.
Side out. Zero, 1. Point. One.
Nice smacks from the baseline from Zoe. Takes the net at just the right time.
It's always a close call because most of the time you want to let it bounce, maybe take a little bit more time, but for her to close in the net like that and crash,
1-1.
Great adjustment to her game in singles.
Side out.
Haven't noticed players having too much trouble with the overheads and lights. Sometimes when you move into indoors, sometimes that can have an effect.
1-1.
I haven't seen it affect anyone yet. Maybe we're going to see it a little bit more in doubles because the lob is a crucial shot now where it didn't used to be. So maybe we'll get some complaints, but none so far.
Point.
Ball from Brascia. She's picking up steam. Zoe rocking the new Yola
2-1.
3S.
Side out. One, 2. Side out.
Altitude might be the culprit on that miss.
You can afford to miss some serves here on the singles
2-1.
side.
Side out.
Zoe Wong, the 11 seed, making a name for herself. Many people bursting onto the scene just these last couple months, these new names bursting on the scene, making names for themselves. Zoe Wong's performance in Bristol was very impressive.
Point.
Here she is again, Salt Lake City, making it all the way to the quarterfinals. No easy task.
2-2. Point.
Like we were talking about, really has that calm consistency that Fed has, that Ben Johns has. And
3-2.
It really just complements her game so well with the ground strokes that are incredible.
Wow.
Point.
Weaves the web.
Usually that's Brascia's shot. So good on Zoe Wong for her to craft that one.
4-2. Side out. Two, 4. Side out.
Like you said in the previous match, that the match was finding its personality.
4-2.
We're still settling into this one of the different angles and shot selections and strategy. Haven't really seen one yet. But
Side out.
I thought that was going to be a clean winner, just barely missing there at the baseline.
Two, 4. Point. Three, 4. Point.
It's always a game of attrition in Utah with that altitude.
4, 4.
Pros make it look easy, but that ball does fly this far away from sea level.
Point. Timeout receiver, 5-4.
Good timeout here from Zoe Wong. A lot of momentum happening with
Time in, 5-4. Point.
Cameron Blackwood, Rob Cassidy here on Humana Championship Court. We're in the quarterfinals, women's singles. Mary Brascia, 6-4 against Zoe Wong. And a lot of good
6-4.
angles so far in this matchup.
Point.
What a two-handed backhand from Mary Brascia. Some people just know how to wield it. I'm not there yet. I'm still speculating, trying to take notes. What did she do to make that shot so good? Oh, the rebuttal from Zoe. Two-handed backhand. The tips that I'm gathering along the way, one is you really got to bend those knees, like we might have mentioned earlier. These players are getting way lower than we give them credit for. And then another tip is making sure that you hit that ball out in front, way out in front of your front foot.
Side out.
Mary Brascia very consistent with those habits.
What a return. She really stepped into that one, took control of it.
7-4.
Just out.
Side out.
Good try though, trying to bend it in. A little shorter, it would have been in. Battle of the angles. Oh my gosh, taking each other off the court.
A smidge of an ATP attempt for Zoe around the post there. It's tempting. Sometimes you got to deny that look and just bring it back to the court. Brascia to serve. Oof. Cannon.
Four, 7. Side out.
Just missed. Getting grindy out here. These are those types of battles that you gotta get through.
Staying mentally locked when it's just side out after side out.
Path to Championship Sunday. Serve is out. Looking to squeeze every drop of advantage out of every shot.
4,
A little
7.
too much risk on that serve.
Side out.
Do you think anyone has told Mary, or she's looked at the draw herself, that Leah Jansen and Davice are out of the draw?
I think she's well informed, perfectly informed. If she wanted to know, I think she knows. If she didn't want to know, she definitely doesn't. I know Vinny knows. Coach Vinny knows for sure.
Four, 7.
Serve, keeping Mary back. Zoe takes the net on her serve. Always a good thing.
We're off of the 7-4 scoreline. See if Wang can get some momentum here, get some more
5,
points
7.
on the board.
Point.
Again, taking the net on her serve. So much pressure coming from
6,
Zoe's
7.
side of the court.
Wow. What a tying it up 7-7. See what
I'm in.
adjustments Coach
7-7.
Vinny had for Brascia.
Oh!
Tied out.
Little bounce back there. That's the type of replay you could watch 10 different times and learn something each time.
Ooh.
Oh my
Tied out.
goodness.
I love that Brascia laughs. I don't know if I would have.
The right time for that for Wong.
Still tied at 7-7.
7, 7.
Wow, I
Tied
can tell
out.
right off her paddle that ball was going out. Perhaps in a different state.
7, 7.
Galloping serve. Takes the net this time on her serve. She gonna get lucky? Not lucky enough. Zoe Wong there to put it away.
Trying to get a little bit more momentum into that serve.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of a...
Giddy up.
Yeah, it was.
7, 7.
She was able to take the net on it. It was good. Stays back here. Okay, okay.
Oh, Zoe Wong with the winner cross court, thinking she's going to go ATP, has the court, decides right here to pull it back.
And that's that perfect example of ATP denied. Such a better option, just not go for that ATP and have that nice, clear, clean angle across court. So good by Zoe. Aye.
Tied out.
And she takes the lead. We finally have someone off of 7. See if Brascia can't do the same.
7, 8. Point.
And we do.
Yeah, Brascia, she took an extra second there with her serve. You could tell she was really wanting to place it somewhere, and she did down the tee perfectly, and it set up her next shot. So look for her. She's making adjustments in the serve.
Tied out.
Yeah, held at 7 for so long. I think you're onto it there. That was most likely the input that she got from Vinny to work a little more with your serve to gain some advantage, start scoring those points.
Point.
Oh. Symmetry broken once again. Zoe creeping towards 11.
9, 8.
Oh,
Tied out.
nice return from Mary. Back corner. Need it.
Yeah, when you're in one of these grindy matches, it's hard to mentally stay locked in. You may not be
8,
seeing any
9.
points on the board like the side of Brascia. Just got to 8 and staying in this.
Point.
Battling. The game this shaped out to be 9-9.
9, 9. Tied out. 9-9.
Ooh,
Side
okay.
out.
See if someone can get off this. 7-7, 8-8, 9-9.
9-9.
10 is a whole different story.
Side out.
Opts for that volley. What do you
Hard
think?
to see if that one would have stayed in, at least from this vantage point here.
This one
See
won't
it
be too
coming up.
tall either, yeah. But the higher up you go, the more likely it's staying in. So props to Mary Brascia for playing the point out.
9-9. Point.
Zoe Wong first to 10. First
Game point.
game point we've had. It's taken a while to get there. Good for her. A little bit of a slower start for her to come back in.
10-9.
Yeah,
Side out.
ran out of space there. Zoe on the move. Game point held off. Huge point here.
9-10. Side out.
Clean winner down the line.
Game point.
Nonchalant. Game
10-9.
point number 2.
Uh-oh. Rifle to the backhand. Zoe takes game 1.
Someone needed to step up, and Zoe Wong did just that. But that was, like you said, grindy game 1 there. Both are great competitors, have great shots, great angles, different change of pace there. So good on Zoe Wong to come out 11-9 on this one. We're going to come back with game 2 right after this. Mary Brascia chatting it over with her coach and pops, Vinny. Zoe Wong 11-9, stepping up. It was close there, 7-7, 8-8, 9-9, finally pulling
New
away
ball,
there.
game 2.
And
Time in.
Cameron Blackwood alongside
0-0.
Rob Cassidy here on Humana Championship Court. Mary Brascia to serve.
Side out.
What does Brascia need to change here in game 2?
Ooh, that's so tough. Zoe's being so strong out there.
0-0.
How many is it going to take? Good for her. It looked like some may have floated out just a little bit. Like we said, we don't have any wind to hold up the ball or push it out there. So good for Zoe Wong to just take them out of the air, place them
1-0.
nicely, not go for too much. Sometimes on the overhead, it's placement over power. J.W. Johnson is great when it comes to that.
Point.
Yeah, adjustments on the Brascia side. I'd have to phone a friend for that one. Zoe Wong playing very well.
Tournament update here. We have the 14th seed Rafa Hewitt, who defeated Tyson McGuffin in straight sets,
2-0.
taking out Grayson Golden.
Oh, yeah.
11-5, 11-2.
Oh, yeah.
He is, you said he's on a tear
Rafa
today.
Hewitt is on a tear right now. Running through the bracket. Got his eyes on the prize for Championship Sunday. So good to see him successful on the singles side of things. Rafa Hewitt in the house in Salt Lake City.
0-2.
Here on Championship Court, Brascia looking to get on the board. Let's see. Off the
Side
net
out.
and out. Keep that energy, keep that belief. Want to hear those come-ons. I think she can take this game too.
Yeah, and something about Brascia, she doesn't get too down. I mean, she can miss some here and there, but you're not going to really see
2-0.
affect the next point. So, like you said, taking game 2 is definitely
Oh
in
my.
her.
0. Side out.
Oh, nice. And I just caught a couple of those come-ons from Mary Brascia, so she was very present, very here,
0-3.
up for the challenge. Oh my
Side out.
goodness, that cross court is so wild.
Took some pace off of that one, just placed it perfectly.
It's a tough ball to receive on the Brascia end.
3-0.
Trying to push through that backhand side.
Side out.
Rafa Hewitt doing the things on the
0-3.
men's side. Also, huge acknowledgement to, well, let's let these ladies play. Ball is
Point.
up. Huge acknowledgement to Golden Grayson Grayson Golden for back-to-back wins against Jack Sock. That's monumental for a player in this game.
1-3.
Congratulations to him. Hasn't made it to a championship Sunday just yet, but Jack Sock has been involved once, so having that win is a statement in itself.
Brascia finally getting on the board there.
3-1.
Great control from Brascia, and there's that fist pump. Come on, that we needed to look for. She's found that second wind. There it is.
One, 3. Side out.
She just hasn't been able to string the points together. She has a good moment here, a good moment there, but it hasn't been a complete game
3-1.
like we saw against Angie Walker earlier today.
Point.
Credit to Zoe Wong for not letting her get in a rhythm. I mean, she's been changing the pace, she's been changing the angles, running around backhands, hitting screaming forehand winners.
4-1. Side out.
Nice, very nice. Step one is, finding a pattern that prevents your opponents from scoring points. Getting that serve possession back in your hand, giving yourself those opportunities to put points on the board.
1-4.
Now let's see what she can do with it.
Reserve.
This game two seems to have a little bit more energy.
1-4.
Game one, a little bit more pace.
Point.
All right.
2-4. Side out.
Quick to shake that one off. She's going to get back to work. She's finding ways to prevent Wong from scoring points,
4-2.
but how long will it last?
Side out.
Lucky off the net. Lucky break. Lucky that we're at such an altitude,
2-4.
right?
Side out.
Gives it right back. Gotta use it, gotta use it. Zoe Wong looking to get off 4.
4-2.
Hey-o.
Side out.
Perfected. I would say she is the best, Mary Brascia, going behind her opponent. You think she's going to go to the open court. Look how much space there is. I'm going to hit you with behind the
2-4.
back.
Very nice.
Point.
And finally able to get that next point. She would get the point and couldn't get one on her serve. So good for her to get to 3-4
3-4.
here.
Oh, yeah. And there is the
Point.
fight. to level the play.
Come 2 here and send us to game 3.
She's going to need to stay dialed. Yeah, just like that, to really shut that down. Those timeouts are so utilizable to just shut that type of wave of momentum down. Good timing from Zoe there to acknowledge it.
4-4.
And you forget what was working. What was working for Mary Brascia? I can't remember. Neither can she. Zoe is off and running again. It's the first point she scored. She's been stuck on 4 for so long. Hey! That's so good off the bounce there to make that play. Mary Brascia still got some fight in her left.
4-5.
What an angle there from Mary Brascia, and that's what she's going to have to continue to do. Now, she got that point. Great angle, change of pace.
Now it's time to use it.
Now she has to use it. She has to continue this. Get off of 5.
5-5.
Feels like late in game 3. Oh, man. Oh, and she executes.
Wow! Nice angled forehand, nice angled backhand, and then down the line winner, Mary Brascia.
Some miraculous stuff here. That shot right there, setting her up and then going back to it. Zoe, all she can do is guess.
And that's what she needed. She got to 5, she needed to get to 6. Can she continue this?
6-5. Point.
And she does, 7-5. Sometimes, Rob, whenever you've won the first game, it's a hard battle in the second. Are you still that mentally locked in, or are you thinking, well, at least I have a game 3 on Zoe Wong's side of things?
I stay mentally locked in every game, every fight. I mean, even if it's down and it's grim for game 1. You fight for that game like you're not done, and that momentum, whether you win or lose, carries over into game 2. So
5-7.
the fight for every point, every shot mentality will work out for you in the long run.
Side out.
Brascia dialed. Newfound desire for this championship Sunday path that she was on today.
7-5. Point. Timeout receiver.
So he's going to use her second timeout.
I think it's a good one to call there. We have Brascia close to us, and she's mouthing fight, fight. And she now knows she can take this game 2. She has to stay locked in, continue to hit her spots with the pace that she wants right now, and she cannot let her foot off the gas.
As we know, both players have 2 one-minute timeouts they can use over the course of the game. May you need some water, rehydrate, or just try to stop the momentum of your opponent. Many different ways to utilize them. We've seen them pay dividends on the court. Sometimes, Cameron, I won't even leave the court if my opponent calls a timeout. If I need water, maybe I'll grab a sip, but I'll be out there just like I said, to not forget what's working, just to stay in that zone and not get sidetracked. You know, you come back out and you're like, all right, where was I? You don't want to have that moment. You know, stay dialed. So staying on the court, staying out on the court is a great way to keep that. Quick shot of
Tournaments are a fun and exciting way to grow your game. Connect with other players and stay active in the welcoming pickleball community. Whether you're a seasoned player or looking to try your first tournament, we have a place for you.
Garnett, well, there was. Yeah, I agree. You see Ben Johns, he stays on the court, wants to just stay locked in here. Let's see if Brascia can continue this momentum, get to 9.
Yeah.
Point.
Ball hung on. I will say, though, we saw Another dive into some newfound athleticism from Zoe on that last one. Both players still want it.
Nine, 5.
Wow, cross-court winner. Mary Brascia taking a little pace off, creating such a strong angle there to get her to game point here in game 2.
10-5. Point.
And she does it, ties it up. 1 game apiece. We're gonna go to a game 3 here on Humana Championship.
In this match, it's a great spot.
Side out.
And that look to the very other side of the court, right? Like trying to keep Mary honest. It's a statement
0-1.
shot whether she made it or not. I'm sure she would have preferred to. Kept
Point.
it on court.
1-1. Point.
Game 3 here, what is it gonna come down to who's gonna win? Is it execution? Is it the
2-1.
strategy? All the above?
Oh, and another just
Point.
miss. Yeah, like you mentioned, Cameron. Yeah, it's always all the above, right? The decision making and the execution, but more so. It was a good question by you. Even more so the execution here, because both players are making great decisions. It's just coming down to that execution. Zoe's on the just miss train right now.
Side out.
Some punctuation there. Race to 6 here as our players will switch sides.
One, 3. Point.
Tournament update here. Caitlin Christian defeats Lina Padigamete 11-5, 11-2. So didn't have to go the distance there in that one, taking it a little bit quicker than the Christine Maddox match, but moving on nonetheless.
Wild, and Caitlin Christian will play the winner of this match right here tonight.
Point.
Keep it on court.
Tied up 3-3, which has been
3-3.
like the first 2 games here in this matchup. It's been a lot of back and forth.
Oh, so pretty. From anywhere on the court, Zoe Wong.
Brascia completely froze.
Yeah, on the baseline,
on
which
the
is not
baseline.
a normal
4-3.
occurrence for sure.
Side out.
Good rip there, keeping it nice and low to the backhand.
So we have the Rafa Hewitt-Connor Garnett match coming up tonight. That's going to be a fire match.
Point.
Connor Garnett training out of San Diego with his coach Austin Svem. Very insightful player, strong player.
And he already had some lefty warm-up today.
That's true. That's true.
4-4.
Adam Stone and Michelle McMahon calling those matches later tonight. So that being said, thank you guys around the world who have been joining us here today on Championship Court. It's been a day. Well, there he is. The man, the myth.
4-4.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Ooh.
Winner cross court from Zoe Wong. It looked like Brascia was covering every shot there was. And see right here, just whips it.
5-4.
Always been wielding this sideline to sideline, angle to angle. That's really been running Brascia back and forth.
Side out.
tied up 4-4. It seems like once they hit a winner, they can't get that next point, and that's been the struggle in this match.
It's been a very strong side of the bracket this far today that we've been witnessing.
Side out. Five, 4.
Oh, brings it back. Mary Brascia apologizes for the too good.
Did you ever do that? Apologize when your shot was just too good?
Sorry, that was too good. Sorry.
Sorry about my win.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. That's a good apology. It's a gentleman's game, a gentlewoman's game.
4, 5.
What's the counterpart to gentlemen?
Ladies?
Ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. It's an everybody's game.
Side out.
We will change ends here, the first to 6, so it's almost like a built-in timeout here in game 3.
5, 4. Side out.
Similar to tennis, coaching's not allowed during, open play. However, during timeouts and that end switch, that end change, coaching is permitted. Important insights during those critical
4, 5.
moments. Haymakers.
Each player has found their moments. A moment of a winner, a shot, a pace, a different placement, but to string it
5,
together
4.
has been the struggle on both ends.
Side out.
And it can be hard mentally to stay locked in when it's like that.
Yeah.
Not just, give up or go for too much. I mean, they're both
4,
locked
5.
in. It's just not falling on that next point.
Point.
A grindy match throughout.
Yes. Finally, 5-5. First one to 6 here. If we get there, we will have our change of ends.
5, 5. Point. Timeout.
Great
Change in.
serve
6,
there,
5.
right on the baseline. Mary Brascia goes up 6-5.
Time in.
Throughout.
6, 5.
6-5. Here we go.
Point.
And a little much. Great form from Zoe. Just needs to keep that ball on court. She was able to take full control up until that unforced error there.
7, 5.
Again, the ball sails.
Point.
But this is the first time we've really seen a break in this game here.
And what is that altitude
Separation.
we're up? We're how many thousands of feet are we above
8,
sea level?
5.
Well, that mountain was 12,000.
Okay.
But
We're about 5 or 4,000, between 4 and 5,000, which
Point.
you can feel it out there. You can feel that ball sailing in this thin air.
Timeout receiver. 9, 5.
9-5 like that.
I would love to hear what happened in that timeout because she came out locked in, strung together, all those points, which we haven't seen.
Yeah.
So what was different about that timeout versus the first 2 games?
Oh, those breaks can affect you. You know, she went back to her old ways, her muscle memory of, perhaps performing in a different state. You always go back to your training, and at this high altitude, it's tough. It'll catch you.
Tournament update here. We have Kate Fahey.
Oh my goodness.
She defeats Kate Pearson 11-3, 11-1, and dominates. She continues her run in women's pro singles here at the Picklr Utah Open.
Yes.
She has continued to make a name for herself after no one really knowing her after Anna Bright picked her for MLP on the St. Louis Shock, and Anna Bright's known to do that.
Yeah, cool girl too, you know. She's Fahey's a warrior on the court. Cool person off the court as well. Love to see that in pickleball, and she waits to play the winner of the Judith Castillo and Mariana Petri match to come.
Time in, 9-5. Side out.
Just a crack in the window that Zoe needed to crawl back in this match and see what she can do with it here. Oh, lightning from Mary Brascia.
Side out.
What a get from her. Good placement there. Sometimes it's hard when you're running too close to the net. You don't want to run into it. You can't touch it. You don't want to hit it into the net.
It really was. That was a strong hustle from Mary Brascia.
Like you stated earlier, her footwork is impeccable.
9-5. Let, reserve. 9-5. Side out.
Good recover there from Wong, as you can see here, just standing up at the kitchen, making herself big,
5-9.
making sure that she's able to counter those shots and those ground strokes of Brascia.
Ooh. Side out.
That's what it comes down to now. Shots like that put this one away.
Taking a little bit of pace off right down the line.
You can see her weight going
9-5.
to her left side. Ball passing on the right.
Side out.
But just miss.
We find ourselves in that pattern again, which we've seen the entire match here, where you string together some points and then we
5-9.
it's just side out after side out, and then slowly Wong creeps back in.
Point.
Good anticipation from Brascia there, but not enough. 3-point game.
Six, 9. Point.
Good pressure from Zoe. Going to get a timeout call from Mary Brascia here, looking to halt that in its tracks.
Don't let game 2 fool you, because it has been
Time
a
in.
match for these
7-9.
ladies here. Exhausting one, long points, a lot of side outs.
Oh, error on the Mary Brascia side. Shout out to Movement, the official timekeeper of the PPA. Love that
8,
stuff.
9. Side out.
1-point game. Mary Brascia to serve.
See if Brascia can get to that
9,
massive
8.
10.
Ooh. Handled by Zoe so gracefully. Wow. Could not write that exchange.
8, 9.
Ooh.
Point.
Wild good overhead, that tennis background. Powerful striking
9,
force
9.
here.
She's been handling those overheads well all match long, and Brascia's thrown them up.
Side out.
I'm not done yet. Mary Brascia, 9-9. And I was going to say that before, is Zoe's been getting a lot of those up at the kitchen line because she hasn't really gone behind her like she normally does. She really hasn't mixed that in. So I'm really glad that she went ahead and did that.
9,
Got
9.
that winner.
Side out.
strong backhand up at the kitchen line. Make sure it does not come back. Still stuck at 9-9. We've seen this
9-9
score line before. She gets it around the post, Mary Brascia. After that net cord, follows it in. Stays nice and calm.
Timeout receiver.
Watch it coming on up here.
Yes. Little trouble, makes the adjustment. Boom! Classic celebration into the positive talk. Lots of come-ons, exactly what she needs going into the end game of this match.
Caused a timeout.
Self-talk going and see if she can close this one out, or see if Zoe can
Time
get that ball
in.
back on her paddle.
9-9.
Okay,
Side
there
out.
it is. Good return with athletic footwork at the baseline. All it takes, 2 away from match.
9-9.
Leaves
Point.
no doubt. Zoe Wong, match point.
First one off of 9 and did
Match
it
point.
confidently. Is she gonna take this match? 10-9.
10-9.
And she does it. Zoe Wong takes out Mary Brascia in 3 games. A huge win for her, moving on to the semifinals, taking out the number 2 seed. We have the number 3 seed out. We have Leigh Jansen out. And she fought for an hour to get it done. Cassidy.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match on both sides. And Adam Stone almost called it exactly 12-10. He called it early in game 1. Couldn't have been closer. And a fantastic fight by both sides. We'll have Adam Stone, Michelle McMahon coming up next with the rest of our matches.
Match that was. We're here at the Picklr Utah Open Women's Single Quarterfinals. Zoe Wong takes out the number 2 seed, Mary Brascia. She is standing courtside with us. Zoe, this match went over an hour long. A lot of grinding points, a lot of side outs. How were you able to get this one done and knock out the number 2 seed?
I mean, this is a very tough match, and then she's played very well. And then I know I just need to play my best and then try to hit my good shot and then take a good count out and then finish the game.
Well, it was a great match on both sides, Zoe. I got to ask, were you feeling the altitude at all here? Welcome back to Utah.
It's kind of pretty cold inside, but I'm already warmed up, especially we play the hours, almost close to the hours. And then, yeah, I like Utah very much.
Very nice. And it's been so great to see you explode onto the singles scene on the women's side. What is it about your game as of recent or your training that's allowed for you to do that?
I was working on my baseline, try to get my drives got stronger, and then I can go to the net easier because I know my best shot is going to the net and then just finish on the volley.
Well, congratulations. You are moving on to the semifinals here at the Picklr Utah Open. Congratulations. We will see you again soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We are going to have, are we seeing double? Federico Staksrud going up against not Yates, but Hunter Johnson here in the men's singles semifinals. Thank you guys so much for hanging with Rob Cassidy.